Hi everybody, welcome to this video. This is Place for Plushies. I know it's been a while. I'm here with the sun. Isn't he just cute? Isn't he just the cutest little star you'll ever see? Oh my gosh, I love him so much. He's a celestial buddy, a sun plushie. He's really adorable. I have my Jupiter right there, who I love very much. He's always with me. Welcome into my tent. Look, I'm inside a mosquito net. Well, actually, it's a bit of a story. On Facebook, I saw a cookie or a commercial for a mosquito tent. I just had to pull over you like this. And I decided to look around if I could actually find that. And what people were saying about it was first of all, it wasn't easily available, and it was quite, not very sturdy. So I decided not to purchase it so far. One day I hope to find it, but I love the idea of having a little tent over me, especially with all the raining and all the mosquitoes. So actually I purchased this one, which is a pop-up tent, and believe me, it's not the most handy one to install, because you have to put your whole structures in here, and oh look, it goes. So it's not the best, but so far it's quite useful. I don't know if I can recommend it. It's something in between, but yeah, this is my little Amazon tent, and this is what I use for. But the entry is quite small, and this is something I painted. This is one of my painting works. just. So there you go. This. I've been painting a lot lately, so this is what I use to keep this up. But yeah, so this is my little tent. In this video I would like to show you a little haul, because I've been collecting a few little thingies ever since April or March. It's been a while since I made a video, so my beautiful little son is gonna host this video, and we're gonna get started. So first of all, we went to a pet convention, which I made a video about. We had a beautiful walk. It was such a sunny day. It was beautiful. One of the few sunny days we actually had, and it was awesome. And it was a whole convention, so a lot of sellers were there selling their special stuff, showing off their special handmade things. Sometimes people were there for charity workshops. And you could actually find all kinds of stuff that you couldn't find in the pet shops and stuff. So there were all kinds of, mostly dogs. There are plenty of dogs. No cats, but there were plenty of things you could find for all kinds of pets and nice presents for people and stuff. So I wanted to look up my favorite seller, which is a girl I kind of know personally. Her little company is called Color Me Up Scotty, and she makes those beautiful collars. I purchased the Avatar collar. I wanted to purchase this one on Comic-Con, but I didn't, so I was glad I could do it this time. And 1 week later would be Comic-Con, and she had plenty of Lord of the Rings collars made for the dogs. She has plenty of those beautiful handmade collars, so she just makes everything herself. She just buys this. This is her logo. Oh no, there's no logo on this one. But on the iron one, she has her logo, and she actually makes everything with her sewing machine, and she puts the grass grain on the I don't really know how I should call this fabric, on the little stuffed part, and she makes really beautiful collars that way. And this is the one I really wanted to purchase there. I was glad I could do so. And I was glad I could, it's because of her actually. I noticed she posted on Facebook she would be on that convention, so I decided to go as well. And yeah, we had a beautiful dog walk there. Glad I have it on video. I could also find this beautiful leash, which has logos, not touch the dog. It's a little small, but here it says the same, which is very useful if you ever have a dog that is quite unpredictable, or a service dog or whatever. It's quite, I really like this, because it's the kind of thing you can't find in the pet shops. And if you have a dog that is a little fierce or anxious, I'm gonna say, or if you're training a service dog, or if you're actually teaching your puppy or whatever, it can be quite useful. This one says, "Give me space." For now, I don't use much of it because I already have stuff I use downstairs. But I kind of have plenty of dog stuff that I love to use. If in case of I have all kinds of. I like to collect that stuff, but also because maybe it comes in handy. It's the kind of stuff you will never find in your local shop. So this one is also. This is not from the pet convention, but this is also a very personal creation from a French person who makes dog vests. It's a bit of a vest, yes. It is a little coat for a dog, and on it says, I'm anxious, ignore me." That's actually what it says. She makes a lot of little coats for anxious dogs, and this is actually her I'm gonna say her signature, the signature of her company. It's called Creation, and well, those little coats are actually quite expensive. And she has her own website, apparently. I bought it for someone who wanted to get rid of the coat that she got, so, and it fits Atya very much. I really like the hand here. So there you go. Because I always wanted to find this. Maybe one day it can be very useful, because I've been training Atya in public places, and because of that I could actually use something like this. But this is really hard to find. And quite expensive too. So I was really glad I could actually find it for a good price. For now, this stuff stays up because Atya has her working harness, so. I could also find, because people were selling used stuff as well, I could find those 2 little shipper outfits, which I put on my plushies. This is Captain's outfit. And this actually came from Vinted because I found this one on the convention. And I was actually quickly looking for another because I wanted one for Captain. It doesn't fit in very well, and apparently the only ones I could find were 2 large ones. And well, they will fit a small size dog, but those outfits usually are hard to find in bigger sizes. So this is what they call the large one. And yeah, there you go. So this is Thomas's outfit. We will see Thomas very soon. And this is Captain's outfit. So that one for him too. Really glad I could. Yeah, it's all very useful, of course, if you have a reactive dog, an anxious dog, a service dog, or a recovering dog. It can be really handy. Before I continue, I would like to say hi to everybody I know. Hi, Katie. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Paul. Hi, everybody. Yeah, Kimmy, I got your email, of course, but I was too lazy to answer. Forgive me. But I'm always glad to receive one of your emails, though. I was in a shop lately where I used to go back in the time, and I saw a big Chucky there, and I had to think of you. Says, oh, Kimi. Yeah, indeed, I had to. It was one of those big trick-or-treat Chuckies, I believe. But I was just there to pass, just to see how the shop was actually doing, because it was a few years since I passed. And apparently they are specialized now in figurines and all the beautiful little statues and big figures of all kind of characters. And my dog was actually standing right in front of a big Chucky doll. So when I saw it, I had to think of you. Anyway, I'm going to show you some plushies. Arcadia, I put your little plushies and the little lion and the little jellycat bird. I put them in your package. I hope you like them very much. Was glad to find the Jellycat bird. I thought you might actually really like that one, so I had to have it. And the lion is quite vintage. I believe I had a small one like it when I was really young. That is why I recognized it. I think one of my classmates actually stole it from me. But I was back in the time when the Lion King came out. There were plenty of lion things, and I believe it was my grandmother who gave it to me. And my brother had one as well. And there you go. So I was actually quite surprised to see another. But it's all in your package. So, and it will go with your ponies indeed. I hope you still love those ponies, because I did find a few. And I know it took me so long to send it out, but there you go. I still have to package everything. But I'm gonna stop add stuff now, because your package is getting too heavy. I have some problems with shipping. So there you go. Well, I'm gonna show you some plushies. Let's have a look. The first plushie, Katie, you might actually like this one. I don't know exactly, but the very first plushie that I found was this boat. It's quite funny. It kind of reminds me of those IKEA plush, but it's not the same brand. Yeah, I'm actually looking for a Titanic plush, but it's really hard to find. And I have this funny boat. So yeah, and it's quite comfortable to sleep with. So that is actually what I hold at night in my little boat. It's quite big. There you go, my boaty, my little shibby. So that's one. Also, one that's really adorable. I could find this little plushy planet. Isn't it just sweet? Or is its little face? It has a face. Yeah. I thought it looked like Jupiter, so I had to have it. Yeah, it's a bit of a Jupiter. I think it is. I suppose it's based on Jupiter. I was looking for the red spot, but it doesn't have a red spot. So fortunate. I found a pillow looking like Jupiter, but it wasn't round and it didn't have the red spot, so I didn't like it. So there you go. I'm glad to have this one. I'm gonna put it here. Might see Jupiter. For some reason, Jupiter happens to be my favorite planet ever. It's not gonna work. Oh, here you go. So there you go. And I could finally find the missing Squid Game plushie I wanted for my collection. I collected the little guards. I have 2 squares and a triangle, and I was waiting for a little front man. And I'm glad he came out as well. What I don't really like about this plush is that he's completely in nylon, so he's not necessarily very soft. Only his feeties are made of soft material. And I have planets here on my bed set too. I love planets. And this is actually his packaging, so you could actually, I know they kind of look purple right now, but they are actually pink. I didn't collect a little doll in June, but I did collect the guards and a little front man here. I really wanted to have a little front man. I believe we're gonna dig into this guy's history in the next season. But I suppose it will be a next season, but since the first season took at least 12 years of preparation, I don't think the second one will come anytime soon. So there you go. Glad I could collect this guy. I was actually waiting for him. Here's my son. He's actually not my son, but he's my son. So, my little sunshine. I love him so much. I love this guy. He's the cutest. Big fur ball. I couldn't find, because this is really something I wanted to do, I couldn't find myself a second Walter. I love Walter very much, just as much as I love Kermit. And someone was actually selling a Walter, so I grabbed my chance, wanted to have this guy. Now, of course, I didn't collect all that stuff in a short matter of time, in a short period of time. This guy's in pretty new condition, so I put this little suit on him to keep him pretty beautiful. And that way I have one to cuddle up with and one to just preserve as a collectible. since he might be quite hard to find in the future. Was really glad eventually I found this guy, because I wasn't looking for long. But I really love Walter as a character. He's really sweet, really cute. Very comfortable to hold as well with those little pajamas. There you go. And then I collected just a few canines, not much, because I'm trying to cut back a little on these ones, because I have, well, the situation behind is critical. Anyway, love them very much. It's kind of rare that I collect one these days, but when I see one that I love, I have to collect it now. It's been a while since I collected this one here. Well, this is Thomas, and he's more like a German Shepherd. Well, he has the fur of the coat of a German Shepherd, but not necessarily the shape of it. Yeah, I have been actually accentuating the markings of some of my plushies with an acrylic marker that is meant for all the textile fabric, all the soft fabric. Not for plastic though. So this is what, yeah. But these are his natural markings. And I thought he had really beautiful markings. And this is the collar I put on him. I thought he looks really beautiful. Love his colors, his size. Try to have a general overview, but here's what he looks like. I've seen several of these German Shepherds, never collected any of them. This one is brand new as well. Really love the markings. The fact that his ears stay up, the shape of his muzzle. I know those printed plushies are not necessarily so accurate when it comes on the shape and stuff, but this one was really beautiful, and I was really glad that if I had to collect this one, it was actually this one. If I had to collect, or if I wanted to collect one of them, it was actually this one. I made a good choice on this one, because I wanted to collect it. The tail is a little weird. One of these, and I never really made a choice. When my choice fell on this one, yeah, I can really say I made a good choice. It's very expressive. And yeah, his name is Thomas. Just like the steam tank. Isn't he just cute? Love that steam tank. And the two others that I collected, one that I just received yesterday, I believe. This is, well, it is something in between a husky and Alaskan Malamute and a wolf. I think it's more like dog looking though. He has a bit of a wolf tail. I've been brushing him a little bit because I think he's quite vintage. Thought it was really cute looking. His beautiful ears, and he's quite sturdy too. His name is Arrow, and he's look at the beautiful fur he has. Actually, I thought of naming him Nebula, but unfortunately, I don't really like that name, even though it suits well. Because he has a bit of a nebulous fur. And it looks a little bit like a pup from Lyra and Galen. Galen has the same nebulous, hurricane-looking like fur. So, there you go. He's beautiful. He's quite a good size. He wears a little collar, which I got when I went to shore. I went to shore quite lately. And I found in a dollar shop, what you would call a dollar shop, I found some dog stuff, very rainbow colored harness and leash, and this collar. Yeah, this collar. And And I actually have the rainbow leash for my dog. And I used the harness for one of the plushies because the leash and the harness were together. It even fits Kylie, so we actually walked her a little bit with it that day when we were in the city. It was beautiful. So there you go. Arrow wears the brand new collar I got. I knew this would actually fit him. So this is well, what is he? A husky? Something like it, apparently. And the last little canine I actually found today. I didn't name him yet. I'm actually still thinking about how I'm gonna do this. I'm still working on it. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the sun for now. So, just found him in the thrift shop today. He's really adorable. And here he is. So, it is, I noticed this guy immediately. And, it's kind of rare finding such a beautiful little one in the thrift shop. It's kind of rare that I actually bring back plushies. Mostly I don't, or I just get rid of the ones that I got. Sometimes it's difficult to just feel like, is this a keeper or not? But this one is definitely a keeper. He's all white and he has one little black spot on his eye. And he's actually a husky. And he has a bit of a rare coat. So that's something I really like. And apparently he actually is from the theme park Lapland, UK. And his name would be Lumi. I'm thinking about renaming him though. Lumi means snow. Apparently he's one of the theme park's characters, I suppose. So it's probably a plushie from the UK. Kinda funny because sorry, it's getting late. I recall in a shop long ago finding a lookalike like this one. I don't know exactly how it looked like. Can't tell you. It was pretty much like this, but I left it there. I kinda regretted that. Never collected it ever since, and that shop closed down a long time ago. So, but I thought at first when I saw Looney, I thought I actually found that plush again that I saw that day. But he's all white. He's very floppy. I have been brushing him because he was in quite loved condition, and he's all white. He's really beautiful. I suppose he's in a lying down position like this. His neck is also a little squeezed. But I think his coat is very special. And this is definitely a plushie that I wanted to keep. He's a little white one. I'm surprised he wasn't sold yet. And for now, it's not really clear what his name or her name will be. Still working on it. So there you go. Gonna put him here. Oh man, I think it's been months since I actually made a video. I believe this haul actually came from March to, well, now in June. And in April, I believe somewhere in April, I decided to rewatch one of my favorite Disney movies. Some might not like it, but I really did when I was younger. I watched Flubber again. I love that movie. We all love Robin Williams, of course, but it's a movie that really touched me when I was about 7 years old. Especially because the Disney films back in the time, the Disney movies were a little harsher than they are today. Sometimes there were like no sequels and characters actually got killed in the movies, and sometimes those scenes were very touching. Well, of course, we all remember Weebo's death, which was quite harsh. And she was like my favorite character. I was like in tears, I mean, that's just so harsh. Anyway, I could manage to find, well, there's a bit of a surprise, but I could find this huge flubber. Didn't really look for him. For now, I collected him. Don't know if I will keep him very, very long, but he's funny. And he, I don't know, he might be quite rare today. I don't really know where he actually come from. Maybe he's from the Disney store. I was looking for some flubber stuff, and I came across this guy. Can you believe it? Yeah. I'm gonna make him talk. Yeah, that's what he says. But Flubber was not really my favorite character in the movie. He was funny, especially because you got into him as a character during that dance scene when Flubber was home alone and he was messing up the whole place. So there you go. That was indeed everybody was after Flubber, but I thought the character of Rebo was a little more developed, honestly, my favorite character, and I decided actually to get more into that character since it's definitely one of my favorite Disney characters. Few people know it. It's a pretty old looking character, but she always meant so much to me, even now actually, and I decided to contact some people I actually know and to ask them if they could actually make some custom-made stuff for me. So I'm gonna show you all that stuff. But first of all, the very first thing I could actually find about Weebo was this McDonald's toy. I could actually find it for like €1 from somebody. So I collected that one. You're supposed to actually push her base up. It makes her screen pop up. It's a pretty rare McDonald's toy today. Some sell it for so much more. Unfortunately, it's not a very detailed creation or design of the character. But I never went to McDonald's when the Flubber toys went. Hey, look who came in! Isn't she just sweet? Yeah, it's about time to go to sleep. I think I'm gonna watch some Netflix afterwards, though. Yeah, so I decided to get a little bit more into the character, since it's a bit a rare character, and I love this character so much. So I really wanted to do a little try to get more into it. And yeah, for just €1 I could actually collect this little McDonald's toy, which is in good condition. The second thing with Weebo that I could collect, I was quite excited about this, even though I waited quite long to get this, was the pin that was released, I believe from Disney, because nearly 2022 the film would be 25 years old. And yeah, and actually I think you can make the screen pop up, and you can actually see Flubber and Mrs. Flubber dance. So that's just really sweet. Really lovely pin, which I'm gonna keep forever. I believe it's a Disney released pin. And there's also a Flubber available like this. But I think I'm just gonna keep it in its packaging. It's a bit of a, well, special collectible for me. So, there you go. But two things I'm very excited about. Yeah, Flubber is so cute. I wasn't quite sure about Flubber either, I have to say. But after all, he's charming. Very charming and very funny. Actually, what would be quite nice is a beanbag Flubber. And that exists as well, but this guy's a little taller. And he has some, well, a heavy mechanical part inside. Really, it's like a brick. It's huge. He has like a belly button here. I was really excited about a guy I know. Well, part of his name is Alexis. And Alexis is actually quite, skilled with a 3D printer. And I asked him if he could make a 3D print of Weebo for me, which he did. And after receiving Weebo, I decided to paint her with acrylics. And this is actually the result. So, yeah, isn't it just exciting? such a rare character, and she looks so real. She might be a little bit smaller than the real one. But I messed up a little bit on her face there, because we actually used, or I used a spray paint. So I painted her all yellow at first, and then I finished with acrylics here as well. It was a little difficult to finish. Now to finish her eye, her flashlight, and her little dials. Not really a dial, but there you go. So there you go, and also here the base and the back, the underside. So it took me a while. It took me a few days to do this, because sometimes when you actually work with paint, you have to be really patient. Sometimes you have to work and then just let it dry, and then try again later, or just continue later, because if you don't, you might actually mess up the whole thing. And yeah, so if you work with paint, acrylics or whatever it is, just be patient and give the time. You know, you won't just finish off in an hour. You have to apply a layer and then let it dry up, and then apply a second layer, let it dry up, and then maybe a last layer, or maybe one more layer, and see what it eventually becomes. And that way you will eventually have a color that is indeed quite equally applied, almost. Well, you can see that I messed up a little bit, but it's not easy. It requires a bit of time. You can actually open her up. Alexis made her actually kind of like a box, and she might be, so her screen is not really, just as her side flaps are not really movable, the screen either. This is a bit of yellow because of the top. You can actually just close it with glue, or but he did some really great job. And I hope the painting is just really love this. Really love this. This is really great. So this is my 3D printed Weibo. What can I say? It's less expensive than some action figures on eBay. And there's somebody else who made a gorgeous work on Weibo for me. And I really wanted to have this for such a long time. And there's a Spanish girl who has amazing skills with the crochet. She makes plushies. I have one of her works up here, but I can't reach it because of my net. She has amazing skills with yarn and her crochet, and it's amazing. She makes plushies, and she made me a Weibo plushie. And I think I might have to move Flubber over a little bit, because she made her really large. And you might be quite impressed by this one. She just did it all over. She actually did this pretty quick. She says she enjoys it really much, and that is a bit of stress release for her, but she does put some work in it. So just notice the details, what she did here. Yeah, I have been painting this in green because it was yellow. And here also her eye. And she even made the side flaps. Can you believe it? The way they are attached, the finishing on the side flaps. I suppose they're supposed to be for ventilation. Also here the marking on the back. And all the details, incredible. The flashlight as well. And then here as well, the details that you have. The only thing I think is a little too bad is that she made her base really large and actually a little short. So her base is supposed to be under a certain part of her. And here you have a bit of a weird, well, it's a little weird to see. But I have to say, look how she made the base. Oh, now I see why she can't stand up. They are on irregular distances. But this This probably hours of work, good stuffing too. It's amazing the work she puts in, and the way the character looks, it's just totally her. And even the little cards in the back, she tried to do. So this is, yeah, I can tell you, this person has a limitless talent. It's amazing. And she might have exams right now. Yeah, actually, I asked her if she could make me a Titanic plushie, because I'm looking for it so bad. It's really hard to find. Probably never let it go if I could. So there you go. This is my Weibo. She has no screen that goes up, but it's a difficult feature too. But I was really surprised she made those side flaps. Because look at the work that she put in it. It's amazing. And here the little base of the screen. She even put those little screws here. And the eye as well. So it's amazing what she does. It's incredible. I really love her work. And I was really grateful those two people could actually make little merchandise of her character that I like so much. So I'm really grateful for that. Some Weebos. Really love Weebo. Always did. I think it's kind of too bad that she just lasted one movie. And that there were never a sequel of Flubber. In which we might actually see her daughter. That seemed to be so much more feisty than her mother. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. So excited with those. And this is really what I wanted to show you. So, there's the sun. Flubber. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird guy. Yeah, Flubber and Weebo together. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.